Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. Update now because something has happened throughout the whole day. Pretty much there weren't too many interesting updates relating to Bitcoin really, but now we've touched resistance. We've pretty much come to the level that I mentioned in the Telegram community earlier today, the 38.8. We didn't quite get to 38.8, we only got to 38.7, but we're gonna take a look at that for Bitcoin and take a look at what Cardano does. And if anybody's questioning why the cryptos are all moving up today, I think that's not a lot of surprise after the last, the many days of sell-off. I said repeatedly that we can expect a bit of an upside for the crypto market now that we are so much in the oversold area on the daily RSI, which means we are below the 30 level on the RSI for so many on the daily, where you normally expect some sort of an move up. Is this already the explosive move up? Have we already seen the low of the crypto market? I don't think so. And we're going to take a look at that. But as you know, in the More Crypto Online community, we are prepared for both scenarios because with my buy orders, at least I have started to dollar cost average in below 40K for Bitcoin and also for various altcoins. But I still think we're coming down lower. So far, everything is going in line with expectations. So there is no surprise really. It's rather good to see that it's playing out. That gives confidence. So what are we doing here? We are moving up here in an ascending channel. Yeah, we've been talking about that. We've hit just now in this current hour. Yeah, I think. Let me go to the 1 hour chart. Yeah, just now we have come to the 38.7K level. You can see where my target area begins. And as I said before, we already did hit the target area first. So the wave 4 that Bitcoin is doing here could already have been completed. After we touched that, we saw a retest of the lower support. And since then have been climbing up in line with expectations. As I said in previous videos, I do expect to at least test that resistance level once more, but rather get further into it. So I expect actually this to be successful, not maybe in the first move, but we're climbing higher, which is good to see. And I would expect to see potentially the 43K level, which is the top of that target area. That would be the ideal level for a wave 4 retracement. That would mean we go up quite high actually compared to where we are now. And from where we are now, that would be actually another 10% to the upside. That would be quite likely. Actually, it is actually the most likely scenario as per the Elliott Wave method that we're going to get to the 43K level. So far, we've come to the level that I shared with the Telegram community earlier today. All right, $100 less. Don't worry about that. But I think we are moving into that area. What have we seen here? Well, we've seen here this ascending channel. Could actually call it a bear flag, even though that flag pattern is a bit too long now. It's getting quite long. But anyway, we're moving in this channel here, in my view, in a wave 4. It all looks very corrective, not impulsive at all. You've got these very strong retracements. Even here you had a very strong retracement again. Here as well, you've got a strong retracement, another very strong retracement, and even here where we formed this triangle kind of shape or ascending wedge, we broke to the downside, which they normally do. Not too much. It was also only a very small wedge. And after we did that, we then moved up. So that's what happens often with these patterns. They sometimes do fake outs, or often actually do fake outs. And now we are pushing higher, which is good to see. Trying to break above that previous high here at 38.5. That's one level I mentioned earlier. And then 38.8 is here basically the Fibonacci level, the 0.214 Fib level of that wave 3 retracement. And that is where we are heading. So I would expect further upside on the very short time frame here on the 1 hour chart. We're a little bit overboard. I think we just dropped. Wow, that was quite a bit of a drop now. Just now. Oh wow, 38.3, 38.2. There's a lot of volatility just happening here right now. So it's quite interesting. It's just pushing the price down again below this red line that I had on the chart, 38.5. There you can see it. So we tested it. Now we're moving down. As I just wanted to say that on the hourly, we are getting into dangerously high territory on the 1 hour chart on the RSI. Not yet overbought, but you're getting very close. So you can expect a bit of a retracement. That's actually what I just wanted to say. And we're seeing that now. Nevertheless, I would say we are going to move higher here. That is still my primary expectation. But as I said before, we have already seen what the wave 4 retracement needs to do at a minimum to retrace, yeah, based on the Fibonacci levels, based on the Elliott Wave method. So yeah, I would expect still further upside here in this channel. You could even see this as an ascending triangle. Now, if you just look at the horizontal resistance and this these higher highs that are being formed here, so at some point I would expect it to, if we break 38.8, you can expect, I think, some significant upside. Yeah, that's what I would expect, especially as on the daily time frame we are very much not oversold anymore, which is good. So we've come out of that. That's what I wanted to see. Moving higher here on the daily, and also on the daily we see on the daily MACD now a bullish cross, which is good to see. So looking at ADA, ADA as well, I think tried to break out here. I think I'm on the wrong chart. Let me go to the Binance chart. Yes, and here we had this triangle as well, and you can do it different ways. If you use the daily chart here, it looked a bit like a descending triangle. That looks like it's breaking out. On the 1 hour chart, it looked more like a symmetrical triangle. So there you go. Patterns sometimes are a bit subjective, depends on how you want to draw them, but we talked about this apex here, and again, if you use the hourly, you can probably move that line up a little bit. There you can see that, and then we would still be in that triangle based on that. So we're moving here further into an apex of a triangle. The price gets squeezed and squeezed and squeezed, you know. So on the daily here, you can see that we are still in the bearish range. Cardano just throughout this whole correction had so many difficulties to push above the 50 line. Yeah, if you look at the chart here, since September, we've pretty much spent most time in the bearish range of the RSI, which is basically below 50. That just indicates that the momentum is heading down. Yeah. And only if you see here a breakout above the 50 line, then you see quite huge spikes. I did mention that before. So far, all of these have been pretty much fake outs. Yeah, what we are looking for is a breakout above the 50 line, but then something like this here. Yeah, then you're gonna get to the new all-time highs. You know, that's what we want to see. These significant moves up where you're not getting faked out. That's what we want. That's what we're looking for, really. But yeah, it's hard to predict that beforehand, pretty much. Overall, with Cardano, even though I would expect together with Bitcoin a move up here, yeah, as well, just to push the RSI a little bit higher. I think the fact that we obviously broke the $1 line points now with a higher probability towards this yellow target area here, still between 30 and 55 cents. The last resort, really, there's two key support levels here, one at 96 cents, that's the 0.618 fib level, and below that this red line is the 92-cent level. It's just a technical support, and if we lose that, then I think we're going to drop quite significantly here. Could drop very fast to that 55-cent level before we then, however, have a good chance to recover. And I'm still waiting for the next wave up with levels of all the way up to, in my view here, $455, somewhere between the 1.618 extension and the 2.618 extension. That could even go up to $6.52. Looking at ADA BTC, I wouldn't be surprised if that has dropped now a little bit, with Cardano staying fairly stable while Bitcoin is moving up. So let's take a look. But actually, we are still in this slight uptrend, which is good to see, holding steadily above this ascending trend line here. What I don't like at all is this fake out here. I don't like that. It would have looked really nice. That pump up was really, really good and healthy, but yeah, not sustainable, unfortunately. So I'm still waiting here for a sustainable move up on the ADA BTC chart. The trend is changing. You can see that from downtrend to slight downtrend to slight uptrend. Now we want to see that strong uptrend. Yeah, so that's currently my view here on Bitcoin and Cardano. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And again, if you really like the content, maybe you want to join as channel member, you can then access Discord, Telegram, see my own buy and sell orders, participate in a great community with over 750 members. I think we're nearly at 800 now. As I said before, at some point I have to stop accepting new members. I think that there is still time, but I don't want to let this core community grow too much, because then it won't be manageable. I don't want to get a group where there are too many people. It gets spammy. I appreciate every channel member, but at some point it just doesn't get manageable anymore. So I hope you understand that. I want to keep it a really nice place for everybody to ask questions, get answers, and really a nice community, you know, and it just needs to be manageable and not too big. All right, hopefully you liked that update. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.